Hello and welcome to an episode of God This Must Be Crazy, the Demon King. This is episode 6, Return of the Prince. In the last episode, we saw where the young lord manifests his true form. This is his hell form. This form is hell, all nobles or those who would be of noble blood have a hell form, which is a beast form, which is the true manifestation of their inner power. Some would like to think that the bigger the form, the greater the power, but we always know that bigger is not always better.
I don't know.
Bigger is not always better. Sometimes
89.3% of the time it is.
Touche. And as we left our last scene, he has just arrived in his new form, having his sister having made the ultimate sacrifice in one's eye. Okay, and we will start back from there as his flames subside and he is standing there in his true form in front of this huge titan of a demon. And as you come to your senses, as I said, all your past lives in your mind, as you awaken with sort of a new perspective on the situation that you're in, as you realize the demon sitting in front of you is Vice Lord Volker. You know that there are 5 Vice Lords. They all have sovereign domain over their kingdoms. They have all allegiance to your father, making him the true king. Either by some of them he has defeated in battle, and some of them he has just absolutely won over. This gentleman here, you know, is one of your father's longtime friends. He was your father's fighting instructor, and he, for a while, played nursemaid to you during some rougher times. You know that he has, for all his bravado, he is very intimidating, but you know he has a soft spot for you.
Okay.
Regardless of what he would show others, you know he has that soft spot for you. As he is staring down at you. If you can tell by his eyes that there's a smile, although you know this face is not capable of giving a smile.
Mm. If I remember correctly, though, last he looked upon him, he was thinking of giving him a Spanish necktie.
More terrible. Sit back in this chair. He will look down at you. And then he will look at the young lady that's laid on the floor. And then he just looks back at you. And from the shadows, he will walk over. He looks at you wide-eyed. I see you feeling mighty better today, huh?
Something like that.
sensations of your body that you are quite powerful. However, you know that you are capable of even more power.
Just smiles very haughtily.
Second,
Nico just smiles.
Dalen will smile and say, but then I guess this is it for now.
Yeah.
And that familiar warmth starts to fade as his body shrinks and bursts into a flame, and then a feather falls. You know that Dalen was just a channeler. You use him to make sure that your transition was more of a success. The likelihood of you being born again a demon, although it was pretty high, having a channeler to help facilitate that makes it easier for you. It makes it easier for you to regain your power.
Okay.
Because as he fades in the feather, which actually looks like one of your feathers, as it fades and drops and bursts into a little flame, you feel that power surge back in your body. It's almost like a familiar home feeling.
Yeah, he was my
And you
familiar.
can understand why you had that familiar connection with him.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
He shall return, and he heads for the girl's body. We shall return her.
What'd you say again?
It whispers, we shall return her. And Volkera looks over at you. And he just nods his head.
Did it say, do I wish to return?
He's asking, you want her to return her home, to return her.
Oh, yeah, the body back? Yeah, definitely.
He will breathe his hands over the body and it catches fire and it sinks into the floor along with him. So, enough of these formalities. Only because I like this picture. His body will shrink in flame as this gentleman walks out of the flame, which is a face that you know very well.
Okay.
The age on him reeks of power. A little backstory on Lord Volkera. Lord Volkera, if there was a personification of what people believe to be the devil and the devil's power in hell, this would be it.
Okay.
He walks over. He's like, so, welcome home. It has been a long time.
Nods and will shrink back into his other form as well.
So, please. And he will escort you off one of the corridors into a room. The room is sparsely furnished, mostly books, and it seems like an old professor would be in this room, sifting through books and whatnot. It's like dusty. You could tell he cares not for the appearance of the room. It doesn't matter to him. And he walked in, he like moved some stuff over. He's like, please sit down.
All right. He does.
And he will sit at his desk and lean his sword against, well, actually he carries a hammer, his hammer against the wall. And he was, so it has been a long time since you graced our hallowed halls. So let's get down to brass tacks, shall we?
Yes.
It seems that there was a attempt of a coup several decades ago. It kind of left your father vulnerable. No one has heard from him in the last 10 years.
It's not too long.
That is true. I mean, he's taken naps longer than this. However, we've always been able to know where he was.
Good point.
We believe that your stepmother has something to do with this.
Do you think she's capable of something like this?
I put nothing past that witch. Now, a little backdrop on Demon Society. Now, as I was saying earlier, not all nobles have the ability to assume a demon form. It is by noble blood. There are also some non-nobles that can do it also, although their forms are not as grand because their blood is diluted. And there are demons that have nothing but human forms, but they do possess some type of power. The two are not mutually exclusive, to have a demon form and to have power. Most human form demons, their powers are minor. You may come across one or two that has some exceptional ability, but lack the sufficient amount of power to take a demon form.
Okay.
This is a three-party society, men being at the top of the hierarchy, women with children, and then single women. It does not stop them from holding positions, so they're not looked as favorable upon. So you won't find too many women that control land unless they have children. Their father, the husbands may be dead or whatnot, but if they have children, they have rights. Are more of a primal nature, like they have the right to protect their children at all costs. So, I mean, if they were to kill someone in the defense of their children, it would not be questioned at all. They have the rights to own land because they have to care for their children, stuff like that. But as far as in general society, you may come across women that have land and have power because they have land, but they still keep their kids close to them, so to speak.
Sure.
A lot of women will use kids just so that they can obtain the land from the fathers.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Right, exactly. Marriages are often arranged. However, there's no two men can be married. And they do this for the jockey of power, or two members of the vice lords that are married by law. They also have wives because the whole thing is about procuring kids. But a lot of them will take the men will take the kids under scrutiny because if the woman is just plotting to kill him and use the kids to keep the land, so they tend to, so the fathers are really close to their children. So that's something always keep an eye on. And apparently this is what your stepmother has done.
Wow.
Women tend to be more conniving than the men because of this.
Okay, I have some motivations to do.
So anyway, it's like so. You know that my sword is yours, as it has been your father's. Well, my hammer. But still.
He smiles. From here, it looks a bit more dusty than I remember.
I have been tasked with overseeing not only my lands, but in aid of the other vice lords in their father's stead. And with no woman here to facilitate these claims, it tends to go by the wayside. But one thing that has not gathered any dust is my hammer.
I will, of course, need your services. As my father depended on those services before me.
So you must now set upon the chore of gathering the other vice lords. If your stepmother if she finds out that you're here already, she will send her minions after you.
Oh, Volcar, she will try. But who amongst the remaining vice lords are most favorable to our cause?
They all are, but they are stubborn.
In varying degrees, watched by my dear stepmother as well. Who's watched least amongst them. I want the one that she believes is most loyal to her. I want to bring him under my banner, and then all the rest will fall in line.
You see. Okay. Okay. I see where you're going with this.
And your thoughts?
That would be Vice Lord Bisdale.
What are his capabilities? Last year, we're in contact with him.
He sits back in his chair. He's the vilest manner of demon there is.
I like the sound of that.
He's not as loyal to your father as the rest of us. They have an uneasy truce.
Would you say he owes his allegiance to himself, highest of his priorities?
He thinks that it should be he and not your father that governs us. Not saying that any of us Vice Lords have a liking for your stepfather. However, it has been rumored that he has been known to lend her assistance from time to time when it suits him.
Nods as he begins to formulate a plan. But heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'll give him what he wants. He desires power. That can be arranged, at least for a time. After he serves his usefulness, we'll have to, of course, renegotiate his standing.
Youth. Such bravado.
What else is there?
So, I see this time around you are a more logical thing. You're a more logical beast.
Perhaps.
Good. I hope that serves you well this time.
Perhaps. Do not mistake a demon for the tools that he merely employs.
He smirks. You are your father's son, without a doubt.
Who else?
He would be so proud of you. So, since you are thinking about this logically, and not running off like last time, maybe you should consider allies at this stage in the game. Demons that would
worthy conversation, to be sure.
Yeah. You are the future. Perhaps your entourage should be those demons that display that.
Hmm. Like
Your
that.
own, your own, to coin a phrase, night parade.
Oh, I do like the sound of that. Splendor. Unholy display of our profane power. That sounds delicious.
A long time ago, when your father and I kicked around the ocean, an arrangement, so to speak. One that I would like to see come to fruition.
Mm, of course. You know I hate you least.
Well, I think it's time I got you reacquainted with my son. And when he says that, you remember through the vastness of your memories of a long time ago, the kid that you used to beat on around the courtyard grounds. Little scrawny thing that
God love him.
that uh yeah, I mean, your memories of him is he was always that. Not so much as a tag along because he never wanted to do
What we
what you
want
were
to
doing because he wasn't trying to get in trouble like you were always getting in trouble.
do.
And
Right.
whenever it came down to who broke the damn vase, it was always him that would say he did it.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
Hilarious.
kid.
Nice.
Motherfucker, that kid.
Okay.
He was very much, and you remember that he was very much into books. He was very much the scholar.
Okay.
Definitely dweeb material from which you can remember.
Right.
But
Right.
it has been decades
Hey,
since
hold up
you
one moment. Hold up one moment. Let me run to the bathroom real quick.
go right on ahead. And since he's running to the bathroom, I'm going to run to the bathroom. Everybody gets to go to the bathroom.
And I'm back. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I took the opportunity to go myself. I was like, well, since you go to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom. Everybody gets to go to the bathroom.
You go to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom. Cool. So,
All right, now we're back for intermission.
yep, Nico was a bully. We're discovering.
Yeah. You know he would do what you want just by giving him no damn eyes, and he's like, you always talk him into doing shit, which he usually end up taking the blame for. And anyway, he's like, as he'll like take his grab his hammer and like hit the floor with it. Thunderous echo. But the first hit, it just sounds like it hitting the floor. But then in the distance, you can hear the echo, as if it should have been a lot more louder to make it echo that far away.
Okay.
And through the door will open, and this guy will walk through. Blue hair and all. He'll walk through the door. He takes off his glasses. And he just like stares at us. He just gives his father that look.
Okay.
What? It's like, finally. Volker's like moving his hands back and forth, like, see, yeah. He's being a real dork right now. He just like scratches his head. He's like, well, introduce yourself. Come on. Politeness and all that other good stuff. He looks at you. He tilts his head to the side a little. It's been a long time.
Who the fuck are you?
Caleb.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Yeah, exactly. What?
You're the fucking nerd?
Yes, he will put his glasses back on. Yeah, I'm the nerd.
Holy shit. Did you get that big from reading books about working out? Oh, I'm sorry. That was funny to me.
He will shake his head as he will walk over towards the window. And Caleb has a tail.
I bet he does in more ways than one.
Well, at least the one in the back is very predominantly long, and
that booty now.
It's like and he will turn around. So scared of.
All right. Fuck. Nico kind of goes over and he'll sit down. He's like, well, apparently I haven't been working out very much.
He like look you up and down. Yeah. He smirks.
He smirks too. Kind of winks at him, ready to get in some trouble.
I see some things haven't changed.
And some things have. Implying that he's definitely changed, but Nico definitely hasn't.
And he will like roll his head to the side, look at his dad. It's like, you're serious about this, aren't you? And
are you content with the way things are now?
Caleb looks at you. Of course not.
Well, let's get to it.
He walks over to you. He's like, are you sure about this?
I'd say 78.4.
He folds his arms. He's like, all right.
But I'm going to need a crash course in education, and I'm guessing you're the person to give it to me. Who's who, what's what?
It is my assignment. He looks at his dad and he's like, it is my pleasure. He walks over to you. I'll say he's just on the edge of your personal space. It's like you can almost feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Okay. Nico has that look like he doesn't give a fuck. He can take him down within a black blink of an eye. Kind of lazily looks him over.
It's like, okay, Dad. And it's like, okay, Nico.
You in?
Yeah, I'm in.
In for a penny, in for a pound. That's what they say, at least.
Voltaire's like, good. I will let everyone know. This is great. A momentous occasion.
Nico smiles. Now, my dear Viceroy, if you were to give us but a moment to formulate some strategies.
Yeah. Whatever. He gets up and he like picks up his hammer and walks out of the room.
For the actions I may have undertaken in the past, I can only assure you that I will make amends in the plans I have for both of us in the near future.
He looks at you.
But once I was a child and I dabbled in cruelty as a human child may dabble in finger paints. I am now a much more elegant creature, and I can see where my past actions were banal and misplaced. I'm seeking to cultivate a better future in which loyalty to the one true king is rewarded. I would like to reward your loyalty, Caleb.
It's like, don't dare put on airs with me. I wouldn't change our past for anything. Some of my greatest times in my childhood was with you.
You mistake my words. I do not want to change my past. I merely admit that I was foolish then. But
he smiles and looks at you. Come now.
But I am not as foolish as I was then. He smiles.
He's like, I hope you still are. That was half the fun.
And because of my tendencies, I imagine in the future I'm going to need counsel from someone who is grounded, such as you.
Well, I guess that's your patrol. That is my duty.
Duties which can be expanded or contracted, of course. But we can negotiate such things as they develop, I'm sure. But of our past, you mentioned that the trouble that we encountered was some of the better times that you had. Here's to looking for more good times together. He says, just a tad bit seductively.
Mm-hmm.
Noted.
He's just looking at you like with a questioning look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope, that's it. So he turns and he looks out the window and runs his hands over the tabletop. Examines
look out the window.
Examines the dust on his fingertip. Yeah.
All right. Out of the window, this is your view.
Okay.
As you look out into the courtyard, that's in the lower area there. It has this vibe.
Okay.
However, there are things here that you know is well more advanced.
Sure. Like a
there are no,
mixture.
yeah, there are no cars, but you see the carriages. The animals that are pulling them are quite different. The horses, which looks like a horse, have these like long, tangled black manes, and they have 6 feet, 6 legs, and they're definitely like these big, broad animals.
Okay.
All the streets are black, as if they were, as if lava had cooled to make the streets. And of course, all the buildings here are made out of brimstone.
Nice.
And as you can see, there are definitely humanoid-looking demons that are down there, and there's some demons that are clearly demons, and then there are some really ugly-looking ones down there too. You can definitely tell that those are very lesser and minor demons. And they're all going about their different activities. There's a baker in the market area, and everybody's going about their daily shit, so to speak.
Okay. Cool.
So,
so you can handle yourself, can't you?
Yeah, I've been known to.
Just you.
Yeah, it was a slow morning.
There's Sir Caleb, I remember. So if you hadn't gotten
great red fire demon.
Oh, what does he say?
See, So the great bad fire demon.
Bad? I'm not all that bad. I'm just misunderstood mostly.
Ha! And what? Maybe in your former life, but not this one.
Well, you know what they say, childhood friends tend to know your best.
But still, time have a way of changing things and molding men.
Molding men.
So,
And what about molding a nation? Carving an entire kingdom through basalt and bone.
you will find a lot of opposition. A lot of those things that the status quo is just is what it's meant to be.
But there is always oppositions to revolutionaries. But just because there's opposition doesn't mean that that opposition isn't swept away as easily as we would sweep away gnats.
And there are those that feel that being all that matters. The more power one has, the more that they should rule.
Power.
Hell with those.
What do you say? You're a scholar.
I say these times they're a changing. Being that most demons are fire demons, they tend to run the vast majority. Those of us who are not fortunate enough to be born in the fire demon class don't have aren't held in as high as regards, I should say.
A question for you then, scholar. Who holds the power? The king who, at a mere word, could put any man in his nation to death? The priest who, by his words, confirm and exalt the words of God? Or the soldier who, by his powerful swing, can kill? Within which person does true power lie?
None. The power lies in the child, because it's his hopes and dreams that will mold the nation.
Do you like the way you think, Caleb? He smiles. He'll turn back around. Yes. Yes, I think this journey would be quite auspicious for the both of us. Have you packed your panties?
Of course not. I do not wear them.
Well, I would say we should be ready to travel in the morning. Does that work for you?
Yes, actually. There are some aspects of the city that I would like to show up on you.
Good. Well,
Come. Let me show you to your room.
He kind of gestures for him to lead the way.
And he shall. And with that, we will call it an episode.
Huzzah!